labs where we have enabled multiple features for you guys so that it becomes really easy for you to do labs from anywhere. And these are like browser based labs. So you just need to visit this URL lab.ngcloudx.com, and it will ask you to authenticate yourself. Okay, so once you buy the subscription, we create your login, and basically we integrate your Gmail ID with our production environment so that you can access the homepage, right? uh, so once you log in there, then you will see the applications which are available for you, right? Let's take an example. For me, lab server 1 and demo lab is available. Okay, so the next step will be like you just need to select your server. Okay, and the moment you select your server, right now you're getting the certificate warning, it will go away, right? Because in some organizations, might be untrusted websites are not allowed. So we have fixed this issue, and this will go away in couple of days. Then you will see this homepage where you will give in the username and password. So basically, you need to enter your user credentials so that you can log in into the lab. Okay. So let me just log in with one of the students login. So here, just provide the username, password, and then type the captcha. Right. So the moment you log in into this, you'll get these custom topologies or predefined topologies from our end, right? Where you can perform your labs, and predefined topologies like you are getting this Cisco FTD, you're getting Checkpoint, right? You're getting Fortinet, you're getting Palo Alto, right? And in custom topology, you can build your own labs. You can build your SD-WAN lab. You can build, any customized topology you want. Like you want to build a ASA lab or Nexus lab, whatever you want to do, right? Because what we have done in the backend, we have provided you all the, images like Juniper images there, Nexus images there, SD-WAN images are there, right? For all the firewalls images are there, right? And router switches images are there. So whatever topology you want to build, you can build. And similarly, we are providing you two different labs, right? And we will also add, F5 to this. Let me just add it right away. So I'll stop share and I'll upload the F5 topology. And let me show you that. Okay, so I need to log in as a administrator. So let me just do that real quick so that you can also see how F5 is going to look like in this. So basically, we are providing 36 GB RAM compute, which is our standard offering. And, you know, you can increase it if you need more compute, like you need 64 GB, you need 128 GB. So on customize, request that can be accommodated. Okay. So customizations are also available in labs. Like few candidates, they are more interested in ICE lab, or someone is more interested in F5 lab, and they want to build a particular use case in their lab environment so that they can practice it, right? So all these customization options are also available, and accordingly, you will get the price for that, right? Now, let me share my screen again. So here, if you will see, we have got the F5 lab, right? So it's very easy. From backend, we can add the labs real quick. So let me just walk you through one of the lab. Let's take an example, Fortinet, right? So when you select your Fortinet, you need to click on Open Lab, right? And this will open up lab for you. This is your Fortinet lab. Right now, no device is on, right? This is your side panel. You can, you know, bookmark this so that it remains open like this. And if you are done with your lab, because smaller computes, in a smaller computes you can run 10 devices simultaneously. But if you buy a bigger compute and if you want to run multiple labs together, that also you can do. I mean, simultaneously you can learn, run multiple labs together, right? So let's take an example. Your Fortinet lab is this, and you have done the configuration, and you close the lab, right? If you close it, you go to running labs, and here you will be able to see how many labs are up and running for me. For example, for this particular candidate, you can see that this Palo Alto lab is already up, right? So you can navigate within your lab topologies as well. So this feature is also available now, right? And then you can take the consoles. So it's like browser based console. So you double click here, it will open up the terminal, right? And you just maximize it, right? And then it will give you the console. Okay. Now what we have done, this web UI, it's a lightweight VM, customized VM, where only Google Chrome has been installed, right? So you need to allow this clipboard so that you can copy paste data from your system to this lab, right? And you can just log in into it. So it will give you a real product feel, no slowness, nothing, right? It will be really fast. Okay. So that's the whole idea, to bring this lightweight VM here so that you can take the management access of these firewalls, and you can do the configurations, as well as you can take the terminal access of these firewalls, the CLI access, and you can start doing configuration. If you don't get anything here, you see this clipboard, just click on it and click done. This gives permission, to your system to send keystroke to the console of this firewall. Okay, firewall or any other device, whatever device you select. So whenever you feel like that the device is not taking your inputs, just click on this and click done. Okay, then it will start taking your inputs. And similarly here, if you go back to the web UI, so you can see now this is the web UI of your firewall. You can navigate, you can do the configuration of your interfaces and all of your devices as per your topology. So we have predefined IP addresses, in your topologies. This is your allowed internet WAN IP range. So each student will get, or each learner will get the defined IP range. From there only you need to assign IP addresses on your internet interfaces of the devices, right? Your LAN topology could be anything. You can customize it. In fact, you can add your devices here as well if you want. Let's take an example. I want to add checkpoint here, just to simulate something. You can do it. You can add checkpoint in your LAN segment. You can do anything. You can also add more servers. It will depend on you, right? It's not like that you cannot change the topology if it is predefined. You can change it as per your requirement. And if you want to take the console access of Windows, so just double click on it and it will open it up here, right? So you will get the console access of the window. So here you can see. And if it is not taking your keystroke, so like I said before, just click this clipboard, click done, and then it will start accepting your keystrokes. And you can see this machine has got the internet access, and your traffic is getting processed by the Palo Alto firewall as per the topology. So traffic is hitting to the switch, from switch is hitting to the firewall, and from there it is breaking out to the internet. You can also take the console of your switch and you can just see, so how it is working. So right now I'm in incognito mode. That's why it is again and again asking me for the permission. So when you will work in the normal browser, then it will not ask you to again and again, give permission from here. Okay. So in incognito, you will feel such things. So you need to just give the permission so that your keyboard can interact. Similarly, this is the Windows server, and you can take the console of the Windows server, right? It is also having internet access. And here you can build your active directory. You can run your other services, DNS, DSCP. You can even host your website here, right? So whatever you want to do, you can do it. So I think I need to assign the IP address. So, you can also assign the IP address to the machines as per the topology. So here we have already provided you all the links. And if you want to see that how your lab is performing, so here you have the system status option, right? So which will show you that how much compute or how much power each lab is using. I mean, each device is using, from your allocated memory. Okay. Now, going back to here, now this is your Linux. So let me just show you Linux as well. Just give the permission. So you need to do the configuration of your devices as per the topology, and then they will start communicating with the internet, and you can do your, configurations. You can do your recreates, whatever recreates you want to do, right? So let's take an example. I want to ping the firewall interface. So you can also verify, right? So you can see it is reachable, and similarly, internet is also working. And if you want to see how internet is working within
Nitin,
this.
can I ask one now?
Yeah, yeah, Naveen.
Okay, then if you go back to the topology diagram on the switch, right? So L3 VLAN, that is 10.1 dot subnet, is configured as a L3 VLAN on the switch, right? And you are configuring the ports as access, or you're configuring it as a trunk port towards a Palo Alto firewall.
So this is right now, this switch is running in L2 mode, right? So
Okay,
there are no VLANs right now.
okay, okay.
It is a,
So,
it's
okay,
in L2 mode only.
okay. So where do we have seen that L3 subnet, the LAN subnet?
So this LAN subnet basically we have configured on your firewall interface.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. Thank you.
So for your devices, the gateway is your firewall interface 10.1.1.1. Right? So
Okay,
this switch is behaving like a L2 switch right now. Okay.
okay, okay. Thank you.
So just show you.
Then I pinged you one screenshot in the chat. Can you have a look at it? Because I'm
See.
not able to close the page and go back to the follow home page. So I tried all the keystrokes, but nothing is working.
So you're not able to close the page in web UI.
Yes, web UI. So actually, I was doing the configuration on this firewall, and I was trying to do the commit, and I clicked on the preview changes. So
Mm-hmm.
one new page got open, and I'm not able to close that now.
Okay, I'll connect with you separately and I'll look into it, right? What is the
Yeah.
issue? Okay. Any other doubt, anyone? Okay. So here you can see.
So I
Hmm?
have one doubt. If I take the SD1 lab, if I run the vManage, the vManage require lot of resource. So this lab for is a separate amount is required. Yeah, on under the 7,000 that lab is coming
So
for
it's
SD1
like,
lab.
in 7,000, you get 32 GB compute. So one of our candidate is spinning up SD-WAN topology in 32 GB, right? But I think now
Yeah.
he's expanding it to 64 GB because see, it's like there are few topologies. Like if I talk about ICE, if I talk about SD-WAN, right? You need
Mm.
more compute power,
Yeah,
right?
more
So
CPU core and computing and RAM also.
exactly. So if you want your devices to work really fast,
Mm.
okay? I mean, if you're clicking it, things are working for you. If you need that speed, so in that case, you should go with the 64 GB compute because we have candidates where they wanted to do bigger labs, so they have taken bigger computes,
How much will the
128
bigger
GB.
compute?
So the cost
60
will double. For
14.
32 GB, you are paying 7,000 for a year. 64 GB, you will pay 14,000. Like that, cost will double.
Code it will not be changed. Code will be
Sorry?
improved. Core
No.
CPU
Everything
core.
will be doubled. Everything will be doubled.
Okay.
So I'll give you the explanation. So let me just open up the whiteboard. So logic is quite simple.
Yeah,
If you
I
buy
understand.
32 GB,
So,
you will get,
um, 32 BGB only 7,000. Whenever go 64, that's 7,000, 14,000.
yeah.
It's a,
Let me just give you the explanation. So the best part is like, these labs are now accessible from your corporate laptops as well. So earlier we were facing challenges, I was getting these requests that, people would like to access the labs from office environment so that they can do seamless lab environment if they get time, in office. Okay. So that's why we have redesigned everything now. And earlier we used to give access through remote access client, but that was not,
Jump server. Yeah, jump server. I
yeah,
understand.
yeah, it was not good,
Yeah,
right? The
yeah,
experience was not good.
yeah.
But
I
now it
understand.
has become you browser based, so things are much better. It's like you just need to visit the portal and things are done. So in 7,000 you get 32 GB compute where you're getting 32 GB RAM, you're getting 12 CPU cores,
Okay,
right? So these are logical cores, and you're getting 300 GB of hard drive. It's 300 GB.
okay,
Okay. Now let's take an example. You want more bigger compute so that you can do ICE lab, you can perform SD-WAN lab. The next compute available is like 64 GB. Your virtual CPU will be 24 and your hard drive will be 600 GB. So it's basically like you're doubling your power,
yeah,
right? And then
yes,
you have 128 GB, 256 GB, and you can also book your dedicated servers because I'm working with one of my candidate. He's in US, so
mm,
his requirement was very big, right? So he has taken the dedicated server itself, right?
okay,
So there he is using 1 TB of RAM
okay. That's
because
huge.
it's like he has done the complete replication of his production environment, and it is like a uh, automation lab where he's trying to manage everything through automation, right? Multiple
Yeah,
firewalls, multiple management servers, and he's trying to control it through customized scripts, right? So I'm helping him. So these
yeah,
options are also available, right? If you want dedicated blades, you can get the dedicated blades as well.
okay.
But it will be like cost will be there, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
sequence. Similarly, now this is your Palo Alto lab, right? You can see internet is working on Windows machine, right? And the
yeah.
traffic is getting uh, evaluated through Palo Alto. So with Palo Alto, the only thing is like you don't get license, evaluation license as well in Palo Alto. But this is not the case with Fortinet. So if you close your lab and if you go back to your another lab, which was Fortinet, right? So in Fortinet, you get the evaluation license. In Checkpoint, you get the evaluation license. In Cisco FTD, you get the evaluation license. So it's like you can do your topology, you can do your lab recreates, and you can take the backup of your configuration. And after 15 days or 30 days, whenever your license is expiring, you can just delete the device and add the device again, and you will again get the license, right? So this is how you can do your practice. With Cisco Wise, it's like you get 90 days of evaluation license. And I think in F5 as well, you get some good amount of trial period, right? So that you can evaluate the features. So in Fortinet now, it's like in standard lab, you cannot run more than 10 devices simultaneously. Reason being that because 32 GB RAM is only available for you, and if you try to run more devices which are RAM, I mean they need heavy RAM, So it can damage the servers. That's why we have applied the protection that if you're taking standard labs, 10 devices you can run simultaneously. If you double your compute power, then you can run more devices. So for with 64 GB, you can run 25 devices. With 128 GB, you can run more than 60 devices. Like that, we have applied the logic. Okay. So if I want to start this, now what I need to do is first I need to stop my Palo Alto lab, right? So I'll go to my Palo Alto lab. Now here two options are there: destroy lab session or stop the nodes. So if you do destroy lab sessions will completely wipe off the configuration, whatever configuration you have done on your boxes, right? If you directly destroy the lab, it will wipe off your configuration. So best practice says that just shut down your devices. If you're done with the lab, just stop the nodes and then close your lab. Do not destroy it. Just keep it running. Now to save the resources, you have stopped the nodes, right? You can close the lab and then you can go back to your Fortinet lab. So here you can open it up and now you will be able to start all the nodes of Fortinet, right? And here if you want to select any image, because multiple images are available, so here this is 7.2, right? And Forti manager is also there, so you can select the images and accordingly you can start your devices. And in fact you can select the console, that my primary console will be telnet and my secondary console will be VNC, right? So these things also you can do. So then you can start your devices one by one, because these are heavy devices. If I talk about Palo Alto Checkpoint FTD, so Fortinet will boot up very fast and you will get the access. But with Palo Alto and other devices like Checkpoint and FTD, so the recommendation from our side is like just start your devices and leave the lab open for 20 minutes. Let devices get settled down, right? And after 20 minutes, start with your processing. So here right now, if you will take secondary console, so secondary console will give you the real-time console of the device, how it is booting up, right? And if you take the primary console, so for primary console, it's like the telnet access of the device, right? Where you can just start doing the things. Okay. So here you will see that this one was the VNC console, right? It will show you the booting process, and primary console will be like this, and it will only give you message once your device is up and running, right? So this is the difference between primary console and secondary console. Okay. So let's take an example here. Now I need to check. So you can see I'm able to log in. Just admin and there is no password for FortiGate. Enter. Now it will ask you to enter the password, right? You can set your password. Okay, password didn't match, and your FortiGate is up and running, right? Now, we need to assign this IP address 192.168.1.1 on this particular port number, so that we can get the access in web UI, right? Because right now, if you try to open up this IP address 192.168.1.1, it might not work because it is not configured on the box port number, right? So you need to do the basic configuration. Now, what we are planning to do is, first of all, we are providing lab tutorials, right? So I will be uploading the lab tutorials, as well as these labs. What we are doing, we are also adding workbooks, right? So if you click on workbook, so right now, workbooks are not available, but sooner or later you will see that we will keep on adding workbooks. In fact, you can also add your own workbook here. So we are giving that feature. So let's take an example. You're doing some lab, right? And if you want to create your own workbook for your reference, let's take an example, FortiGate workbook. Can you please mute yourself? Thank you. FortiGate workbook, right? So you click add And here then you can just select and you can add page to it, and you can start writing it, right? If you want to add diagrams, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Similarly, we will also provide you the workbook so that when you're working on your labs, right, you have your workbooks available. So I'll show you in here you can see this workbook is also will be made available, right? Similarly, if I will walk
Hello.
you through F5
Thank
lab,
you. So, hello.
yeah.
I have a query. Here in a custom lab, can we add the web GUI container which you made, Chrome
You can
container?
add, it is by default available. See
Because
here.
when I'm
Yeah.
searching for the node, and searching for the web GUI, it is not showing me.
I'll check your pod. So in new custom labs, web UI node is already available. And even I have given you the configuration details that all these by default two interfaces are available with this machine. And these are pre-configured with these IP addresses. So whenever you are connecting, let's take an example, you want to connect to checkpoint, right? If you're connecting checkpoint with this, so checkpoint eth0 is getting connected with eth1 of the Chrome. So Chrome eth1 is pre-configured with this IP 192.168.1.2/30. So on checkpoint, what do you need to configure? 192.168.1.1/30. So that's why what we are doing is we are providing you predefined labs first so that you get comfortable with it. Once you get comfortable with predefined topologies and you understand your lab, your subnets, right? Then it makes sense to play with the custom lab. And Debbie, for you, I'll get in touch with you and I'll see where you're facing problem. Okay.
And
And
also one thing, we can take putty from directly our machine, right? It will be
no,
either
right
from.
now it is not available now. Now the things will be like either the machine which is here, this Windows machine. From here, you can take the SSH, or when you click on the lab, it will directly open up the terminal for you.
But in earlier we can scroll up and down. It is like only the screen itself. We can see. Scrolling option is not there.
I'll check that because right now it's like completely browser based. Okay.
Okay.
So in browser based, you cannot connect to that management. But if you need that functionality, so
Mhm.
I can work with you and I can get it done for you, right? Because see, it's like for mostly people are like they want to access the labs from anywhere, you know. So if
Mhm.
you have your personal laptop, then in your personal laptop we can install the Zscaler client connector, and through that I can give you the access, right? And
Yeah, I
then
have. Yeah, I have, and yes, it will be helpful for me because yes.
yeah. So if you have the personal laptops, then because I know you have taken the bigger compute, right? So I can provide you those functionalities. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now coming back here, so this is F5 lab, right? And if you will see that Sumit sir is working on workbooks, right? And these workbooks are going to have the contents, right? So they are working on it. He's working on it. And once it will be available, you will be able to see the content inside your workbooks, right? So right now, I need to fetch the details from his pod. So what I have done, I have asked him whatever lab sessions you are taking during your training, just make a note of it, right? So that we can paste it in these workbooks so that when the candidates will be performing the labs, they will be aware that what needs to be done, right? So this is the new functionality which was not earlier available earlier, right? With the help of workbooks, you can easily do labs. Another cool feature is like Wireshark. Okay. So earlier, you were not able to take the Wireshark captures, but right now that functionality has been made available. So if you open up your lab, and let's take an example, I want to take Wireshark capture on port 1, right? So you can right click on it, or let's take an example here, I want to take the capture, right? So you see this capture option, you select the interface, and then it will open up the Wireshark for you, and you will be able to see the captures in real time. Okay. So these are the things which we have made available now. So earlier these things were missing. Okay. So you will get the Wireshark and it will give you the packet analysis as well. Okay. You can stop the capture whenever you want. And here it will show you this tab for Wireshark. Okay. So you can minimize it. It will keep it open. If you double click on it, it will open up the terminal, right? And you get the terminal tab here. And if you get such things, right, reconnecting or log out these messages. So basically what happens, how we have given you this web console. So it's like there is one server which is giving you this console access. Okay. So earlier we initiated the connection with that server and then we terminated it, right? So that's why you get such errors. So the best practice is log out, click log out. So you log out from that server, close your terminal, right? Now it's done. Take the terminal again, right? And you can maximize it and then you can start working with it. So it will work. You can hit enter. So you just need to wait for that clipboard to appear. So it takes time, initially when you connect with that server. So now you can see this clipboard is up and running. You can allow the permission and then you will be able to start with the configuration part, right? And now coming back to you, Debbie, if you want to configure, if you want to take the SSH, so this Windows comes with PuTTY, right? So you can in fact take the PuTTY session here. And if your monitor screen is big and here, if you see this console, the console of this Windows is small, then you can in fact change the resolution of the display, right? As per your monitor settings. So here you can increase it, right? And let me see. Let me change the settings again. So, multiple things are available now, right? So, if I will go with, let's take an example, 1920. So, you'll get a bigger screen. Okay. So,
Okay.
now you can see you're getting a bigger screen. So accordingly, as per your display settings, you can select the resolution and then you can open up the PuTTY and you can in fact install MOBA term in this machine, right? And then you can take the PuTTY session here and then you can just start playing with it. Okay. So that arrangement you can do because this machine is good. This Windows machine, it will not lag or it will not give you any performance issues. So the idea behind our logic was like we need to make everything accessible through web UI, no connector, nothing. Because in corporate laptops, you cannot install any third-party application. So that's why we have done this. Okay, so now if you will see, if I will try to open it up Fortinet GUI, it will not work, right? Because you need to configure that IP address in Fortinet first. So if I will try to take the console access, so right now it will not work, right? So we need to configure the FortiGate with the IP addresses. So, you know, you can simply take the FortiGate access, the CLI access, and you can configure the IP addresses. So in fact, we have prepared this script for that as well. And we will be uploading it as part of the, this workbook so that you can configure your Fortinet devices real quick. Okay. So let me just copy paste the configuration. So if you go back to the topology, so what we need to configure on port 1, we need to configure 192.168.1.1/30. Port 2 will be 192.168.3.31/24, right? And port 3 will be 10.1.1.1/24, right? So let me just make the configuration script, and then we will simply run it. 10.1.1.1 run, and then you need to provide the static route through port number 2, your DNS, and you're good to go. So the script is ready. Now I'll just simply do copy paste in front of you. So I'll take the console of this Fortinet, which is already there. You can see my screen, right? Hello?
Yes,
sir, we can see.
yes, we can see.
Yeah. So now what I'll do, in my system, I had the script. I will simply do copy paste. See? So now this box is ready. If I will now hit this IP, I'll get the web UI, right? And I'll just simply add my credentials and Fortinet. Okay. And you will be able to see the Fortinet UI, right? You can turn off this tutorial and you will get the Fortinet UI, right? And these are the basic licenses which you get with this default image. Okay. And in network, you can, see your details. You can go to interfaces and you will be able to see, right, that these are the IP addresses which got configured because of my script. Okay. Now in Windows, uh, you can also, configure the interface. You can configure the interface so that it can start communicating with Fortinet. So as per your topology, it will be the IP address on this interface will be 10.1.1.2. So properties, use this IP 10.1.1.2. And when you change the resolution, now you can see font size is very small. So I will recommend that you increase the zoom. I'll show you how you can do it. So that font size will increase and readability will also become good. So now what you can do is just, you can see it has detected the network. So here in display settings, increase your zoom size of the fonts. So it is set to 100%. Make it 150 or 125. I think 125 will be good. So 125, or you can make it, it is changing. Yeah, 125, I think it's good. Yeah, it's good. So now you will see it is looking good. So whenever you play with the resolution, right? So ensure that you increase the font size as well. And now if you see in your Fortinet web UI, we have configured ping HTTPS on this port 3 as well, right? Which is your LAN port. Okay. And in fact, you can turn on SSH. So if I will edit this port and if I will turn on the SSH service, right, then with your Windows machine itself, you will be able to take the SSH. So maybe this will solve your problem, right? So from here, you can just give the permission to Windows for typing 10.1.1.1, and you can open it up, right? And you can see you will get the SSH access of your Fortinet in PuTTY. And then you can simply, increase the font size of the putty, right? And you can play with it. Any doubt, anyone till this point?
No, sir.
So now you can see I've got the putty access. So Devi, it is good, right? Now you can do copy paste.
Yes.
Okay. And similarly, here as well, you can open up the web UI of the firewall from this Windows machine. So this Windows is placed in your LAN segment. So, and you can turn on the services, management services on your LAN port, and then you can start accessing it through Windows machine. What is the harm in it, right? So here now, if I will maximize it, and you can simply type this 10.1.1.1, and it will open up the login in front of you. Just log in into it, and you are good to go. Okay. Web UI we have provided because it is a lightweight VM. Only Google Chrome is there, right? In Windows, you have other services as well. So earlier, users were reporting slowness in Windows. Although I have calibrated the VM as per my environment, right? So now there is no slowness in Windows as well. Earlier, slowness was there. But you can do the recalibration. If you're good with the virtualization, then you can recalibrate your machines. And now you can see in Windows as well, you can open up the GUI. Okay. So any doubt, anyone? And you can in fact build your SD-WAN lab as well in FortiKit. So
No,
what images we are providing here, if you will see, you get checkpoint, you get Cisco ASA, firepower, Cisco IOL devices, routers, Nexus, switches, F5, Juniper, Linux, Palo Alto, Viptela, all the images are there. Virtual PCs, Windows, Windows servers, and then in Fortinet you get FortiGate, FortiManager, everything, right? So this is about our labs. In fact, if you want to take the packet capture on the management interface of this firewall, so let's take an example. I want to take it on port 1, right? So you can turn on the Wireshark capture, and from here you can generate the traffic, and you will see the logs there. If you will refresh, and you will see the packets coming in. See, right? So this functionality is very good. It helps you do troubleshooting, and in real time you can see your packet flow. Okay. So in the device itself, I mean inside the device, you can configure the packet captures, or externally as well, you can take the packet captures. And if you want to take the console of the device, secondary console, then you need to right click on it, right click and click on secondary console. And if you want to customize your consoles, then, when you're powering on your device, click on edit. And here you can select that my primary will be telnet or it will be SSH. So by default, keep it telnet because telnet is good. And secondary, keep it VNC so that you can see the boot process as well. Okay. So these are the few tips which you can follow. And if you have any doubt,
Uh,
anything, now you can let me know. Yeah.
Nitin,
that tell us.
Sajjad this side. I have a doubt. Actually, you have a custom profile, right?
Mm-hmm.
In custom profile, you put Chrome and internet. So I just added one firewall, one switches, and one PC. Okay. So when I click exit, then that actually devices which I added now it is gone. So how to save that one on this page?
No, it is not gone, Saeed. Sorry, Sajad. Do you see this running labs option?
Yes.
So when you click running labs, it must be visible here. Whatever changes you have made in your custom topology, you will see that. And then you can simply open it up because this is a workspace which you create. Until unless you destroy your workspace, then it is a different story. But if you are not destroying it, then whatever you do, it is saved. It is saved by default.
it is not happening.
Let me show you. Let me show you. So this is my custom lab, right? Here you can see we
Okay.
have added this checkpoint right now, and it is there. Let me add another node. Let me add Palo Alto. I have added Palo Alto, right?
Okay, and
And
now please exit
yeah,
this.
yeah, I'll do that. Just a minute. So okay. Now you have these options: lock lab, close lab, destroy lab. So
Okay.
if you close your lab, right, and if you see
Mhm.
this custom lab, it will have your Palo Alto. You can open it
Okay.
up. You can click open, and you will have your image.
Mhm.
I'll check
Yes.
your pod. I'll check your pod.
Okay.
Okay. In
And
fact,
Okay,
let me
I'm
log
logging
Nitin
in
in.
sir,
and
Let me log in right now in your pod only. If you are not logged in, I can log in right away and I can check.
no, I'm logging right now. I'm just adding the this one
Okay,
devices.
do it. If you face any problem, then I'll
Sure,
check.
sure, sure.
Nitin sir, for me, when I'm trying to add the additional console, I could not see it. Like you told us, there are two options. One you can uh, uh, add while initiating a device. So I could not see the secondary console option for me.
So Debbie, I'll sit with you and I'll see,
Okay,
right?
okay,
Because we
okay,
need to add that feature. So I'll see what features are currently activated on your pod, and
okay,
accordingly, I'll do the things from backend. Okay.
okay,
So it's like these features we need to activate from backend.
okay. Oh, okay.
So this is what it is, guys. Most of you are new. So if you need any suggestion, if you need help, you can just reach out to us.
Answer one more thing. The hypergrowth course timing